All right, so let's talk about some other CSS libraries. It's easy for someone to create a new CSS file and put it online and make it and give it a name and make it so that other people can use it. Again, now you have a little bit of experience using Bootstrap, but there are many other CSS libraries like Bootstrap that you can use. So let me show you some of the things that are available. So I have this link. And it's a pretty comprehensive list of a lot of really good CSS frameworks. So let's just go through. So here are some CSS libraries that you can use for reset, for the CSS reset, or for normalizing it so that across different browsers, it would have a common style. Okay, and we spent a lot of time talking about it. These are interesting. There are some people who believe that we shouldn't use any classes, that we should just use plain HTML, and depending on how we use HTML, it should we can make CSS make it look pretty. So you can look into some of these MVP, Sakura, Simple, and I think it might be good for you to get exposed to maybe one, maybe Sakura, and just kind of see how it works. I mean, you can go to the demo site quickly and kind of see. I personally think some of these are not that good because they use the HTML tags that I don't think are good, such as B or I or underline. But again, if they have this strong philosophy that it's okay to use those HTML tags, but let's not use classes. Okay, so you can spend a little bit of time studying this and maybe spend maybe 2 hours playing with Sakura. And after you had some exposure, now you understand their opinions. Again, everyone has different opinions about how things should be done, right? So this is their sets of opinion. You can do it. And then in the resume, you can say, yeah, I have some experience using Sakura. You never say you're an expert if you only spend a few hours, but at least you can put it on. And now, if some people talk about classless CSS frameworks, at least you have some exposure and you know what to talk about. Okay, Bootstrap is one. There are some very, very lightweight. Bootstrap is a little heavy. So, and some people don't like to use it because if the Bootstrap is very big, if the file is big, it can be clunky. So there are some people who built a very, very light CSS frameworks, like Pure. So you can again look into their documentation and see how it is done. Notice how you can create really beautiful sites. You can look at how some of these things are done. And again, if you open up the CSS file, you should be able to understand. But again, spend a few hours. Now, all of these CSS libraries now usually come with JavaScript framework too, a JavaScript file that goes with it. For right now, because the focus is more on you learning CSS, don't worry that much about the JavaScript file. Again, JavaScript is used for the interactions, such as the menu dropdown or some of the animations or pop-up. Don't worry about those right now. Once you get better with JavaScript, all those things will make sense, and you too will be able to create a JavaScript library from scratch yourself too, once you level up more. Okay, so now there is also general purpose. Bootstrap is the one that we had you do. There are others. Foundation, this one, a lot of people use it, and it's very well known, but it's too advanced, I think. I think I mean, you can spend maybe 2 to 3 hours. A lot of people would have used Foundation, but it goes very, very much in depth. I think this is a little too much. If you want to do this right before you're trying to look for a job, maybe you can get familiar with Foundation. Again, spend a few hours if you want, play with it. But again, I think this is almost too much. So I personally don't like Foundation that much. I mean, there are tons, right? I mean, look at all this list. Vanilla, material design is a good one to know. This is pioneered by, I believe, Google. So there's all these philosophies about how you should build a product in a lean way. Material design had these design kits available, and they have this materialize CSS file that is really good, and it comes with icons and it comes with all these other things. Again, it's like Bootstrap, but it goes with the Google kind of philosophies, and if you want to play with that, that could be good because materialize is very well known. So if you had to pick a few for you to get better, other than Bootstrap, I would say maybe Pure, so that you get exposure to some lightweight framework. Maybe Sakura could be good just to play with a little bit, but again, I don't like that HTML kind of driven looks. So, but you could just play with it and see. Material design, I think, is a good one for you to do. You can pick anything here, like Bulma or UI Kit. Again, imagine you're a recruiter. There are all these new CSS libraries that pop out. So of course, it's nice to say, hey, I know Bootstrap, I know Foundation, I know Material Design because it's very well known. But sometimes it's good to say, Cirrus. Okay, I don't even know what Cirrus is, but whenever you have some keywords that recruiters don't recognize, it's always good. It's like, oh, okay, you're more than 95% of the people who all claim to know HTML and CSS. You know these other things, right? So just spend a little bit of time. These can easily be rabbit holes. Don't fall into the rabbit holes where you just spend hours and hours studying these. Just focus for now. Just pick 3 things that you're gonna get better, including Bootstrap. So you're just gonna pick 2 more. Play with it, build something, build maybe like a sample landing page of an initial website. You can play with it. It may have some of the parallax effects. Just play with it. And then just so that you can expand your horizon on what are some of the CSS frameworks that are available for you to use. Okay?